Hey, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. And guess what we're doing this week? More unbaggings, and I'm going to show you some of the afghans that we finished, so stay tuned.
Video timer starting now.
Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. We've been waiting for you, and now you're here, and now the party can begin. So if you are new to our channel, we do tutorials, we do unboxings, we do book reviews, and most recently we've all been working very, very hard on this project that I have come up with in my noggin, and now everyone's doing it here on this channel, and it's called Project Welcome Home, and we are making granny squares. You're making granny squares, sending them to me, and we're putting them together over here on my end, and we're giving them to an assisted living facility, to all the residents who move in, as a way to say, like, you know, here you go. So we're doing this through the end of November of 2024, and then I will be presenting along with my team of elves, aka the Brit, my mom, and whoever else wants to join us, sometime in December. Stay tuned, because all these details are going to keep coming through. But y'all are like sending in, you know, granny squares. Did you ever finish any? We got 2 finished, and I'm so excited. I got to show you what my mom made, because this one I am so impressed. This one, these squares were sent in by Suzanne. Look at this. Is this not amazing? She used the Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn, and we ended up adding just a little bit of a cream border to it. Is it not gorgeous? Look at that. We had so much fun putting this together. Look at the colors and the feel of this. It's got a really nice weight to it. I just absolutely love this blanket. So this is our first official Project Welcome Home Granny Square blanket. Thank you, Suzanne, who sent these in. And there's a couple more squares that we've got to finish that we can put onto another afghan. So there's our first one. This is the first one that I finished. This one came in from, I think it was either Dom or Kim. Just a little note there. Anyways, I loved these, and she sent in these squares. I did have to make a couple extra to finish off the blanket, but these are 2 blankets I'm showing you here are the same size. So these are going 6 blankets, or 6 squares across by 7 squares down. So it's a total of 42 squares, and these are about the 6-inch. And this is actually perfect. And then I just added a little granny square border on the end. So this one here is done as well. I love the colors. Like, again, this is not something that I personally would have chosen. This was not in my stash, but I think it's really rich looking. Isn't that beautiful? So this one came in from Dom. Thank you so much. I am just, it's like magic. When these 2 came together, it was like, okay, you know what? This is actually happening, y'all. And I'm just loving it. So these are our first 2, and a bunch more are in the works. Oh my gosh, isn't that amazing? So the chair over here that you can see in the corner, that's where the granny squares are staying, and the granny square blankets as we finish them. So my mom's coming over, and I'm like, here. And so we just kind of go through everything that's in there that people have sent in. If we can make 1 full blanket from something that someone sent in, we go ahead and do that. And then if we need to add to them, we do that as well. So my mom went and took a stash. I think the stash she just recently took was from Linda out of New Jersey. So thank you very much. And we got more packages. The Brit is shocked at how many packages we're getting. I'm like, I'm not, because I got the coolest peeps in my corner, and they know what's up. They know what's needed, and everyone's rallying. Oh, okay. So before I jump into what we got this week, I have a question. These are for specifically my UK, my European peeps, specifically maybe even just the UK. As you know, we're going to be going on a trip leaving the end of June, and we're going to be going to Ireland, Scotland, and England. And then we're going to be sailing home on the Queen Mary 2. I know. It sounds very gauche, but it's not that bad. Actually, it is pretty awesome. Not going to lie. Anyways, I digress. So my thought was, because I know that there's a lot of people in the UK, Wales specifically, I know we've gotten comments in from Ireland and Scotland, like, I'd love to help, but it's so expensive. And trust me, I get it. It's expensive to ship them over here in the US as well. But I totally get that. So I'm wondering, we are going to be staying in parts of England for a significant amount of time, like over a week. comment below or let me know if I were to get a post-delivery service, say somewhere in where we're going to be staying. If we were to do that, if you would then be willing to send them from your place to somewhere in the UK. We're going to be staying in the Cotswolds for about a week. And I found out that I can actually get a post office box, like a delivery parcel service at a post office where we're going to be staying in Stow-in-the-Wold. I'm also was wondering, and I don't know, I got to do a little bit of research about this, maybe looking for a wool shop somewhere that would be willing to collect them. But that might be asking a lot. But I don't know how many things we're going to be getting either. So just let me know, please. Comment below if this is something that you would be willing to do to get them to me if I'm in the UK. And it would be an address in the UK. I'm thinking specifically like somewhere in the Cotswolds. Stow-in-the-Wold is where we're looking. I know there's a yarn shop there, and I know there's also a postal delivery place. And as far as the Cotswolds go, Stow-in-the-Wold is a fairly large, if you will, place. So anyways, if you think that that's something you could do, I would be willing to open up a delivery parcel service there. And of course, we'd have to do a recording from there. Hello. And then I will bring those squares back and then we will make them. So there you go. All right. Let us open up more squares. So we're shooting for, what we're finding is it takes about 42 squares, 6-inch squares to make a full blanket. And then we sew them together and then we add on the border and so forth. We're looking for ideally about 20 right now, about 20 blankets to give to the residents by the end of December. And we have a lot of squares over here that we haven't even started using. So I think that 20 is a doable number. You know, it's not crazy. I'm not looking for hundreds or anything like that. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to be doing. Ooh, these are pretty. Okay, these came in to us from Suzanne from Ontario, Manatee, Ontario. I don't think this is the same Suzanne. I don't think it is. Anyways, these are beautiful, but she included a card. So let's go ahead and open the card, see what we have here. How are you guys doing? You doing good? Oh, beautiful. Love that. Bucket list is to go on safari and go and see the beautiful lions. And this card said, saving the last lions. Over the past 3 decades, lion populations across Africa have declined by 60%. IFAW, to save the last lions by protecting their habitats and using innovative solutions like collaring to keep them from encroaching in areas where human-lion conflicts can occur. I would donate to that. That's beautiful. All right, Kimberly, here are a few squares for the blankets. Love your channel. Thanks for doing this wonderful project. Suzanne from New Jersey. New Jersey. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm so glad you guys like the channel. I gotta tell you, every time I get a bag, and I know I should probably start getting used to it, every time I get a bag, I get a little like verklempt. I get a little like, can't believe people, A, watch the channel, you know, and B, like the idea, like what I'm doing, that they're coming together and putting this through. Even my friends are just in awe. They're like, wow, that's so cool. Yeah. So, you know, these are beautiful, Suzanne. Okay. So there's some, I love this green and black. It's a really pretty variegated yarn. Don't know what that is, but that's beautiful. That would have been really pretty with the black and the cream that I just did. That was the all-in-one granny square yarn. I'm still, y'all, that is still my nemesis yarn. Still my nemesis yarn, but I did it. I rallied and I made those squares. But these are beautiful. I love this yarn. It's very light. It's a very thin, light yarn, but these are beautiful. Love those. Oh, these are, okay, so these all go together. So this is beautiful. Baby blue to yellow. Okay, so what she did, and I love this idea, is you just, you know, you just alternate the colors. So each one of the centers is either a white, a light blue, a yellow, or a dark blue, and then you just vary. So these, see, now these are perfect, because what I could do is I could work these with, into another blanket, maybe into the center of a blanket or something like that. These are beautiful. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, thank you. Oh, and there's more. These are, oh, these are nice and soft. Pinks and pale pinks, and this yarn is all variegated. I don't know what that is, but I do love it. I do love it. It almost seems like that's one skein that just variegated into a darker color. Is that what happened there? Like we went lighter into a darker, and then here, love these. Absolutely love these. And they're very soft. Suzanne, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, of course, these are going to be in for packing in plastic. I appreciate that, just so that nothing happens to them in transit. Yeah, we got another package and we got more coming. I get calls on a daily basis now from the postal annex guy. You got packages? Okay. I come. I don't want him to like sit on them and, you know, I don't want to be a menace to him or a stressor to him. I'm going to put the card in here. So I was getting some, I think we're going to do, they have for the big reveal, right? We have it's a beautiful location. It's really pretty, like a fireplace. Hang on, crinkly noise coming at you. So I'm thinking in my head that we would do like a presentation, because if we do it at Christmas time, they're going to have a tree up and everybody can kind of sit around it, and then we'll bring all the blankets in and then we'll just hand them out to each one of the residents. Now, I can't guarantee we're going to get their faces on camera because I want to protect privacy. See what the Brit does to me? You see? Oh, that's all right. I don't mind. Anyways, but that I think would be really kind of cool, and then we can pass out the blankets to them. And I mean, it's a perfect time to do it, right? It's February, or I'm sorry, December. Did I say February? December. Anyways, so that's what I think we're doing. Again, stay tuned, but I think it would be so cool to come in with all these blankets and then, you know, kind of explain what's going on and then pass them out. And then I think for the next year, if this can keep going on for the next year, that I would just give them like a blanket, you know, and then they could just deliver them to the residents as the residents move in. But I kind of want to do a big reveal the first time out so that everybody gets a blanket in front of each other. I'd like to see their faces, and then I would like you to see their faces and their expressions, you know, or their excitement and happiness when they get these blankets that you and I have made. Okay, got another package here. And then I got to show you the craziness in this girl's brain. It might be scary in this brain. There was a movie out way back when. Really weird movie. I thought it was so bizarre. Maybe not as much now. Being John Malkovich, where they kind of get into his brain. And I wonder if anybody would ever think getting into my brain is a little scary. Britt probably thinks it is sometimes. What are you doing? Why do you come up with these ideas? I don't know. I do. They just come to me in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping, and then I wake up and then I can't go back to sleep. That's been my thing lately. Anyways, all right. These are beautiful. Look at these. These might be enough to make a blanket, friend. Who are these from? These are from Pamela. Pamela Mann from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Pamela, I love Bowling Green. I used to live in Nashville, and it wasn't that far from Bowling Green. What a pretty little place. And this is a papyrus card, which love papyrus cards. And it says, make today a beautiful day. Aw, and this was written to me, which means I can open it. It's not to the residents. Thank you. Oh, Kimberly, I am so happy to be a small part of Project Welcome Home. This spring, I wanted to start a sweater, but I told myself that I had to use all my scrap yarns before I could start. So I would sit and watch TV or sitting by the campfire all the time crocheting granny squares with no idea what I was going to do with them. Then you mentioned Project Welcome Home, and I could not think of a better way for them to be used. I believe I have a total of 73. I hope this will help someone feel loved. Many thanks, Pamela. See? This is what I'm talking. Thank you, Pamela. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Some people, if you have granny squares laying around, you're like, I don't know what to do with them. That's what I'm talking about. Send them in. It's beautiful. And I am so glad, Pamela, that I could help you with your problem. See, it was like a symbiotic relationship there. These are beautiful. So they all use this kind of a golden yellow color. And yes, I do believe that these are enough. And they're all different colors. Maroon, grays, purples. Beautiful. Now I have found, I've been experimenting with a lot of different types of joins. And I'm liking, because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to keep cutting. Plus I don't like weaving in the ends. The join as you go crochet, where basically you join, you know, like one square, you go up and around the edge, and then you join another one, you go up and around, you kind of go like this. And so you join as you go. And then it doesn't take a very long time at all. And this actually would work really well for this. So what I could probably do with these, because these are on the smaller than some of the squares, so I want to keep these all together, is I would find a communal color. And I think I've just found it actually. Pamela. I love this card. I do believe I have this color right here. I believe I have a Pound of Love in this kind of a pretty eggplant color. And that would be a beautiful, to tie in to kind of give it some contrast with the yellow. That would make a beautiful yarn, a beautiful Afghan. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, because there's purples running through each one of these. Not this one, but even still, you know, I think that purple would really be a beautiful contrast. Thanks, Pamela. So now you know what I'm going to be doing. It's this, yeah, these are beautiful. All different colors. Very autumny, very, you know, fall looking. All these colors are very fall, and I love this. Absolutely love this. You know, you could have made your own blanket with these, Pamela, but thank you for not thinking of yourself. But I'm very glad that you get to make a sweater for yourself now. That's really nice. See this color right here, it's kind of a heathered purple. And I have this. I love it. And I believe it's the same weight. It feels like it's the same weight. So, yeah. And I have plenty of it. I have a whole pound of it. These are beautiful. 72 squares. This is going to be more than I need for one blanket. If it takes 42 of the bigger ones, this is probably more than what I'm going to need. But that's okay. That's fine. 42 is what we figured. So it's been 6 across and 7 rows of the 6-inch squares is what's making the perfect size blanket. And that's coming right out to about the 36 by, it's a little bit bigger than 36 by 42, but I'm not counting. They're not going to care. So I might put all these together. I'm not really sure. We'll have to figure this out. But thank you, Pamela. I'm very excited. Oh, you guys. So my mom is coming with us on this big trip that we're taking into the UK. She's always wanted to go to the UK, and I might have said this before my father died. Actually, on the day he passed, he said to me, "Your mom is young. She wants to travel, so you should take her traveling." And I said, "Okay, of course, of course." And I am holding true to that promise. So a couple years ago, my husband and I, we went to the south of France because we have relatives there. And we had my mom, we started out in Italy for a couple weeks, and then we ended up in south of France, and she flew over and she joined us, and we had a marvelous time. And my brother-in-law, his younger brother, came with us and just had an amazing time. So this is the kind of the reunion, getting the gang together. But this time we're doing it, hopefully it's going to be cooler, because then it was blazing hot. Blazing hot. And my mother doesn't sweat. She just gets really red. She sort of like internalizes her inferno and then just spontaneously combusts. So that was hard. I don't think we're going to have that problem in England, Ireland, France, England in order, Ireland, Scotland, and England. That's what we're going to be doing. I don't think we're going to be having that problem. As a matter of fact, we're packing for a little bit cooler weather and stuff like that. Anyways, but my brother-in-law is going to be joining us, and that's really fun, which is why I'm working on the sweater, which I will show you all next week because it's almost done. I've blocked the front and the back. I finished one of the sleeves. I got to finish the second sleeve, and then I'll put it all together. So next week I'll be able to show you the finished product. Hopefully. Shouldn't be a problem. Anyways, but my mom and I are going to be working on granny squares in England. We thought that'd be a great thing to do. So we'll probably be doing some lives in England. Probably. I can't promise just because I don't know what the internet's going to be like. I don't know what our schedule's going to be like and the timing and time change and whatever, but that's sort of the plan. But I am putting some videos in the can. In other words, scheduling them ahead of time. So you got some stuff to launch while we're gone. So you don't think I'm like just disappeared off the face of the earth. But of course, we're going to be seeing some yarn stores. Yeah. Anyways, I think this might be the only trip where I'm not planning, although I probably will bring granny square stuff. I'm not planning on bringing a project. I'm just planning on bringing crochet hooks and knitting needles. And so if I come across a yarn that I love, I was going to just take it and start working with it. But it might be that I'm just going to do the granny squares, but still buy yarn because hello, that's very exciting. What I did just find out recently, because we are going to be spending a lot of time in the Cotswolds. My mother has never been there, so we're doing Cotswolds and Lake District, because those are two of my favorite areas and places she's never been, is that in the Cotswolds, so that area was sheep country. And as you know, if you don't know, you should know, the UK is known for its wool, okay? Specifically, British wool is a big thing, and specifically Cotswolds wool was like the creme de la creme of the wool, right? Because they were big in sheep farmers. So you go into some of the old churches and they have notches around the posts of the pews where the shepherds would bring in their sheepdogs on leashes, and then they would wrap the leash around the pew, and after, you know, years and years of wear, they kind of have these little notches in them. But Cotswolds wool specifically is world renowned and very coveted. So, little factoid there. And you know, we're going to be having to go into some yarn stores. I mean, I've already been doing my research, people. Hello. Yeah, we're looking at castles and stuff, but I'm looking for yarn stores too. Okay, so those are done. I wanted to show you. Now, this is where I said getting in my brain might be a scary thing. Go with me on this one. When we come back from our trip at the end of July, this is one of my favorite artists. I love how she just speaks the truth. She just says what's on her mind. You know, she's just honest. She's a good person, right? She can be a little bit, you know, some people might be a little bit offended, but she's just like, I tell them like it is. I don't pull any punches. Pink is who I'm talking about. I've always wanted to see Pink. I had 2 opportunities to see her, and completely randomly, both opportunities fell through. This one, I'm like, I'm not missing this show. And it happens to be on September 11th, which is 2 days before my birthday, which is September 13th. Do the math. Anyways, so I am so excited. And the Brit is like, okay, fine, I'll go. I mean, I'm sure he's going to enjoy it because we don't go to a lot of concerts, but when we do, it's like, I really want to go see this one. And anyways, so I thought, I got to make this thing big. And y'all, I'm crocheting a dress. I know. Now, a couple months ago, I had posted some pictures in the community tab on my page, like, hey, I want to make this outfit for, you know, the upcoming Pink concert. What do you think? And y'all voted on it, and I appreciate that. And that hasn't been forgotten. But then I was looking at it, I was like, maybe I want to make a dress, because here's the crazy part. Okay. All right. Well, first of all, so I thought I'm going to crochet a dress, like a tank dress, right? Fitted tank dress. I found this yarn on Hobbii, and fell in love. Look at this. Got a little bit of the bling going on. Love the ombre. I just fell in love with the pink because I wanted the dress to be pink, right? This is called, it's a twister glitter, and it's 53% cotton and 43% acrylic. And I forgot what the color is called, but that's the thing. And there's a lot in here, y'all. There is 1,093 yards in this ball. But I want to do this ombre dress. It starts at the top, and then it gets long, and it changes in color, and it's going to be gorgeous. So I end up getting 2 skeins of this. And it's going to be a very simple dress. Very simple. Like just a tank dress. Because... ready? Wait for it. All right, so there is this technique that I have been fascinated with, and it's called freeform crochet. I lost it. Freeform crochet, which is basically like there is no such thing as a mistake. If you need to make a circle, you make a circle. You do double crochets and singles and triples, whatever you need to do to make shapes. It's all about shapes. And if you look at Pinterest, people are doing incredible things with this freeform crochet. Okay. Ready? Ta-da! Right? I know. You guys are like, oh my God, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Maybe. Maybe I am. But I found some yarn. So the goal, right, the concept in the crazy brain is to make the fitted dress, tank dress. And I don't want it to be busy. I don't even want a busy stitch. I want it very simple, because the ombre is going to be interesting enough, but I want it long, tank dress. this is going to go across the front of it. And I'm going to do this in freeform crochet. Now, my mom was like, oh, no, 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 no. Don't. That's crazy. Don't do that. I'm like, I know. I'm going to try. I got to try. I just got to try to be me. But when I was looking at it, I'm like, you know what? This is just a bunch of circles, right? These are some like single crochets, twirlies, you know, spiral. I can do that. This might get a little bit weird and crazy in here. This is just some triangles. When you think about it, these are some strips. So if you just think about it and go, these are shapes, not necessarily a person, but I love this. So my goal, and y'all are going to have to see me through this, is to make this as a freeform crochet applique that's going to go on the dress. And I have until September 11th to finish it, which means that I might have to take this yarn with me on the trip so that I can crochet the dress and come back at the end of July, beginning of August. But everything I've seen on these, it doesn't look, I don't know, man. If I just put it in my head, these are shapes, these are shapes, these are shapes, right? The eyes, that's going to be kind of, but if I just look at it and go, it's a shape, right? Now, my mom was like, please be gentle with yourself. Please be gentle with yourself. So okay, as a backup, I found these on Amazon, and there is this thing that she does where she's biting her lip, and I forgot what it says. There's some saying underneath of it. But I got these on Amazon. They have one in red and silver, and I have one in pink. So if I totally get lost in the weeds and I just lose my mind and this does not become a reality, then I will still make the dress and I will attach one of these on the front of it. But I really think, I believe in myself. I think I can do this. What do you guys think? Comment. Am I crazy? I found the most beautiful yarns on Hobbii that are coming. Sorry, Britt. Sorry, not sorry. That are coming. And they are in all different shades of pink and glitter, iridescent, beautiful. So I'm just going to kind of work with them. But I'm looking at this. I'm like, that's a pale pink with a dark pink around it with a little bit of a white. And I got some iridescent white, some iridescent pink, and then I got some hot pink. This is what I'm thinking, right? And up here, it's like a blush pink with darker colors. And I just do little shapes. Come on, this is easy, right? This is like one day. Okay, maybe not one day. I'm giving myself like 1 month. But isn't that cool? Wow. So, yeah. I know. It might be a scary place in my brain. It just might be a scary place in my brain. But what the heck, right? Believe in yourself and you can make things happen. And then I would do the pink lettering down here below. Crazy, right? And I even found some silver tinsel yarn as well. So anyways, that's what's happening in my world right now. And of course, more granny squares, more crochet, and more things like that. That's what I have for you this week, y'all. Next week, I'm going to have the sweater, of course, more granny squares, maybe another finished blanket. I've got some stuff coming up. So like I said, I'm going to start putting in some scheduling, some videos, if you will, while we're gone, so you don't miss me too much. All right. Well, if this was your first time here, thank you. Welcome to the circus that we have here. No, it's not really a circus. We have so much fun here. We do tutorials. We do unboxings. We do this this granny square appreciation. Kind of like, I don't want to call it a charity project because it's not really a charity. It's more like an appreciation project. So that's what we're doing now, the welcome home. Thank you, Suzanne and Pamela, for sending in the granny squares for this week. I know there's more coming. As a matter of fact, I got notifications there's more coming. So y'all just keep them coming while we're gone. We're either going to try to have someone go and pick them up, or maybe I'll say, X-nay, halt on them until we get back and then send them more. All right. Head on over to our Facebook page, which is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. and join us over there because we have lots of fun. Please share this video with friends. Like and subscribe, because that way, you know, more people find out about all the fun stuff and the cool stuff that we're doing. So all you have to do is just hit the like and subscribe button, tell your friends about us, share the video over, say, hey, come on over, this girl's a little crazy. She's doing some crazy stuff, but she's kind of fun, and her husband, the Brit, he's a hoot too. That's it, right? So come on over, join us. If you have, thank you so much for joining us. And as I always say, I'll see you soon.
Your video timer is up.